Internets, this is a special Christmas episode of Talkitecture. Christmas falls on a Tuesday this year. And as you know, the Talkitecture podcast loves to come in your ear holes on a Tuesday. And look at us today. We have Christmas Day. I hope you are enjoying the day with your family. I hope this day brings you great memories. A lot of great people have died on Christmas. I think James Brown died on Christmas.
He did.
I can think of instances where some people's, parents have had heart attacks and died on Christmas, stuff like that. So if you have a bad Christmas memory, I apologize, and I hope that you're not even listening to this podcast right now. Okay, I hope you're doing something that's making you happy. I think about Christmas, and I think about how hard my folks worked. Both parents each had a job and slaved their ass off, and they would hide the presents throughout our apartment. And I would find it, not even really looking for them, but I would just find them because, my parents didn't do a good job hiding. They were too busy working. And, then Christmas Day would come and they would give credit to somebody else. And I want to say that I was about 13 where my father finally said, you know what? Y'all, there is no Santa Claus. Your mother and I are Santa Claus. And my kid brother at the time would have been, 5 years old, 6 years old. So this was kind of heavy for him. But my dad, I guess, was just kind of shaping him up for adulthood. And was like, listen, man, we work hard all year round. Take our little bit of bonus money, take our little bit of whatever, and go out and get y'all these presents. What I would learn later on about that Christmas was I was into airbrushing. And my father had to go to this paint store, Pearl Paint, on Canal Street, and get me this compressor that could power my airbrush. And by the time he got to Pearl Paint, it was like 6:05. And literally the dude was rolling the gate down. The dude that owned the spot was rolling the gate down. And my dad was like, yo, I have to get this compressor. And he told me that he had looked the dude in his face, and the dude seen him and was like, and knew what it was. Knew it was for Christmas, knew what it was. And the dude said, all right, come on, let's go in the store. Got him the compressor, rang him up, let him cop it. And I did airbrushing for probably about another 3-4 months. Whatever fancied my interest, my parents were always supported. I was into whatever. Like, oh, I want to fly airplanes. Man, listen, we're going to take you over to the Aeronautical Museum.
Right.
We're going to do things to help kind of facilitate these dreams. And that's really what my parents did for me and my kid brother. Anytime something came to our mind that we wanted to be a part of, boom, they would push us towards that. So that becomes now one of my great Christmas memories. Also, when my parents finally moved themselves out of Queens and into Long Island, man, they had a crib in Baldwin. And, man, these were some of the best times that I ever had with my parents. By this time, I had left them when I was 18. So they had gone through some tough years in Queens, together. It was a difficult relationship for my mom and my dad, difficult times. I was difficult. My kid brother was difficult. They managed to stay together, bought this house on Long Island, and I was living with a girl in Woodside. And me and homegirl had a big argument, man. And I basically kind of blew up in her crib. And when she called the police, she could have sent me to jail.
Did you have an argument?
Well, we had an argument, but then I broke a lot of things in the house.
Oh, shit.
So
you would have got arrested if that was in 2018, probably.
I probably would have got arrested, but I probably would have been under the jail even in 1998, when it happened, if she would have said, yeah, he put his hands on me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But she kept it 1,000. She was like, nah, he didn't touch me. We've had fights before, but this time I didn't touch her. But she still could have been bitter and said, nah, he grabbed me up. Right. I'd have been done. Moving to my parents' house, man. And I realized what it takes for people to stay together for years, for a decade, for 20 years. Because my parents fought too. And Mr. Penn, the guy who did all the heavy lifting for me, who raised me, is not my biological father. All right? Dallas Ellis is my biological father. Dallas Ellis was a heroin addict. He died of an overdose.
Wow.
All right, died of an overdose when I was like 4 or 5 years old. But Mr. Penn is the guy I recognize. My earliest memory of a father is actually Mr. Penn. You know, so but him and my mom's had fights, and I'd be scared as shit when they be fighting because they be breaking shit, and people be yelling and screaming, and you know, I'm like, shit, is he about to kill her? You know, but
That's interesting.
As time went on, I realized how difficult it is for two people, you know, to sometimes compromise. Two young people who have individual mindsets and individual, you know, kind of trajectories to kind of keep those things parallel and lined up together.
Would you say that you have to, in this day and age, folks have to experience life before they can be prepared to get into a lifelong journey with another partner, with a partner?
With a partner, I certainly did. I don't think everyone has to. I think everyone's different.
Like, no one should be getting married at 21. That's what I'm saying.
No, I can't say that. I can't say that. I mean, I have known people who have the comportment, just have that presence of mind that's filled with compromise, that's filled with things that could allow them to be with someone.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of support, too. Because you can't, I would imagine it's hard to do that.
That would also,
and I'm speaking about today, right?
Yes, that would also be
As
key.
a young person would definitely have to have, both parties would have to have strong, solid family.
King.
Where they could, if they see any slippage, they could be like, nah, hold on, hold it together.
King, when you say support,
Yeah.
really the bottom line comes down to finances.
Right.
And as I grew up with my parents, our phone got cut off. Our lights got cut off. All right? My parents went through shit together. There was times when my dad wasn't working. There was times when my mom wasn't working.
Right.
You know, as she pursued her master's degree as a teacher, as my dad, you know, pursued his entrepreneurial success. So there were times, there were ups and downs. So, but when that money is effed up, and my mom has to go to her mom and take some money, that means that, oh shit, my grandmother's coming with the spicy language now. Of course she is. Grandma's gonna come with that spicy talk, like, oh,
Because now she has access to do so.
well, I mean, listen, you know, oh, y'all need my money, y'all gonna get my mouth.
You paid her back on time.
Hello.
Y'all gonna get my mouth. Well, I mean, listen.
Because that's also part of
That's not my business. That wasn't my purview.
Right.
Whether they paid her back on time or not. All I know is that it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult for two people to stay together. Mind you, two people with two children. All right. So, Christmas time was a super, super special time for us when they had moved out to Baldwin, Long Island.
Right.
And I got to have this incredible stretch of 7 years rather, from 28 to 35, because my dad died in 2005. But I got these 7 years with them that changed my life, that made me see them as human. You know, your parents are these, you know, these semi-mythic, larger-than-life figures who, when they get older and you have to take care of them and you have to, you know, you have to be more of a support to them, they become more human. And not only that, but they really became greater when they became human. Because it's easy for a superhero to do super shit. You know what I mean? It's easy for a Superman to fly. He's Superman. But a regular dude, you know, the amount of concentration you would have to employ to fly, a regular person, what you would have to do to have superhuman strength, the kind of discipline and perseverance you would have to have. So it made them better in my mind, that they were able to find this compromise to stay together through all of this. You know, my drug abuse, my brother's drug abuse, my ups, my downs, my, you know.
What kind of drugs you used?
I mean, I did weed and, you know, a little bit of a little bit of wools, a little bit of LSD, a little bit of acid. I had moved out of their house though, but I was still like, you know, they could from afar they could see I was kind of like, yo,
He's slipping.
yeah, I was flapping in the wind, kind of like, wow, like, you know, I mean, I'm not living with them, but you're still connected to them.
For sure.
You know, they still got an eye on you. They still, you know, if you're still in the neighborhood, they still somebody's saying like, "Yo, who's walking down the block at 5 a.m? You know, with an army jacket on his shorts? What's his, you know, dumb shit like that." But So again, getting back to Christmas, man. I mean, I just hope that everyone who's taking the time to fuck with us, particularly on this day, you know, which is going to be a wonderful family day, I hope, for everyone, that they understand that I appreciate their time and listening, and I want nothing more for them but to really love their family today. You know, do some dishes, do some cooking, you know, change a baby's diaper, do something, give something of yourself to your family, because, man, I wish I could see my dad now. I wish he passed in 2005. I wish he could have read the things that I did in my weblog and the web videos I did. Not that any of that would have impressed him. He probably would have laughed and been like, "Yo, you still talking wild shit. You know, you still talking crazy." But to at least have him see me get married,
right,
and make that commitment, that would have been wonderful for me. But I guess that's for me, isn't it?
Nah, I mean, listen, you I think the flip side of that is you're sharing.
Yeah.
And like with all podcasts and the support for podcasts, somebody's listening and they're going to relate to the story. And I think that's probably, I won't say equivalent, but it means something to somebody. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sharing it either.
Right.
Dig it.
You know what I'm saying? Even in the room. Like, I'm touched.
Dig
like, shit. I lost my dad in 2003.
Dig it.
And there's certain things that I wish that he could have experienced. And I probably haven't even processed it yet, like to that, you know, point, even after all this time is gone. But yeah, like that shit is real. Like, you know, holidays, family, friends, loved ones and shit. You know what I mean? To reiterate, man, just hug somebody, son.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Tell me about a typical King Christmas. Tell me about a typical King Christmas. Like, I want to hear about
As a kid?
Yeah, because now you are the youngest of your siblings.
Correct.
So you know, I want to know what it's like for you to be, you know, like the young one in this bunch.
Well, so my brothers and my sister, I haven't experienced too many Christmases with them because they had already left the house. My middle brother went to school in North Carolina, and my oldest joined the military. So their time was spent. But there were times where they did come home, and those are like special moments. They just surprise us, you know, come with all these gifts and shit.
What would your brother in the military come on with? He come bring guns home? Y'all lived in Brooklyn.
I got a story to tell, but I won't say it right now.
Okay.
I have to think about it before
Let's make sure the statute of limitations
Chris,
is...
you know the story, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck, too.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Okay.
I got to make sure that, you know.
Yeah, especially with what's going on with Tekashi right now.
Wait, what?
Say that gun boy talk.
Listen,
I'm saying, just say that gun boy talk, King.
We'll save it for the July 4th
Nah, he
episode.
used to show up with wild, like I had this robot. He came home, and it was a surprise. He came through his ill robot, and it had like a dome. Like, it's some...
A robot that gave you
What's
dome?
Your
brother bought you a sex robot?
What's
called a Roomba.
What's the Star Trek joint? The white joint?
R2D2.
That's what that.
No,
I'm not
Star Wars, but I mean,
It same
that's what
shit
he's
to
talking
me,
about.
Whatever. I'm not a Star Wars.
The little
Star Trek
computer,
fan,
like,
so. But
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? That it was something like that.
Okay.
But it had a remote control, and it had the arms. You could put like a tray.
Okay.
And then you could send it to the kitchen, and then somebody's in the kitchen, they'll put the juice on it, and then you can bring it back to you. It was the illest shit. So he would do dope shit like that. That was like, you know, like I lived for those moments as a child. You know what I mean? But like family, man, like, you know, I remember times where I spent Christmases at my grandmom's, and, you know, I had my cousins, and it just was always a family affair, man. It was never, I could care less about a gift, honestly. It was more so I was just happy to be around my family.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be my father's side or my mom's side, it was always those moments, you know. And then the other part is, too, being the last child, like, you know, I was the last one home, so it was like me and my mom and my dad. So, like, I missed a lot of that interaction with my siblings because they had already been living their life and doing their thing. And I just had to find my way. But in that regard, I was kind of spoiled in that sense. Not spoiled to the point where I was losing my mind, but just like, I had good grades, so I earned my shit too. You know what I mean? So,
and you had full access to your folks. I mean, they were they had your full attention.
Yeah. So and then to go to I think everybody in this room and people who's listening probably have these experiences where my mom and dad wasn't perfect. They had their moments, but it was always like they always powered through it. They always worked through the moments. It's like, all right, we ain't gonna part ways. But I always wonder though, right? And this is just speaking from a now perspective. A lot of, and I'm not saying my parents in particular, but I hear a lot of stories where there's some kind of toxicity in the old school way of parenting.
Yes.
And I always wonder, like, man, like, those eras, they made it a point for the most part, not to divide the family. Mm-hmm. But I always wonder, like, sometimes maybe that's what's necessary, because what's it worth? You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to continue toxic behavior and toxic energy just for the sake of being together, I think that's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
I think, but I know that's just. I think it's more complex than that because it's like dependency situation.
What your parents found though was a way to compromise.
No, what I'm saying is not. I'm not speaking to their.
Well, no, I'm speaking to them, and I'm speaking to my parents because I tell you what, honestly, just as humans, we are very self-centered, self-motivated, self-driven. So the idea that, all right, boom, I'm going to form an alliance with somebody, and it's not just simply an alliance, but it's an intimate alliance.
Right.
It's one that ties in finances, intimacy, everything, all kinds of emotions. You when you tie in all of that together, it really you are vulnerable. You are in a vulnerable position. And I feel like, you know what, you see more cases of people splitting up now simply because the aspect of vulnerability is too much.
Lack of compassion too.
Lack of compassion, but I just think people are unable to be vulnerable. Right. They're unable to be perceived as vulnerable. They're unable to kind of step off that ledge and put themselves out there. Pratt, you know what? We've had you with us now for weeks, man. And to be honest with you, who the fuck are you? I mean, you come to every taping. Mm-hmm. All right, yes. I don't have to ask you twice to show up.
Right.
Damn.
I'm waiting outside.
Damn. Internal shots.
But no. I mean, that's no.
No. Okay. From the past.
My bad if anyone feels like they got shot. But again, Michael Pratt, who are you, sir? And what's your great Christmas memory?
I'm Michael Pratt. I'm from North Carolina, from Raleigh. Been in New York since 2016. It'll be 3 years in February. Christmas memory. Wait, was more than that?
Kleenex, right?
Huh?
You're not gonna have a Kleenex moment, are we?
No, okay. No. Not unless Dallas farts again.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Joke's on you.
I already did it. Christmas memory. Jeez. I don't know. I got a big family, and my parents are divorced, and my mom's family, we all kind of try to keep some type of, like, I've got older sisters who are married and starting their own families, and actually my brother's in India right now during the Thanksgiving time, so like we're all, spread out all over the place. So a Christmas memory, excuse me, I don't know. I gotta be honest. I mean, we got.
Don't force nothing.
I'm trying to force a memory.
I'll tell you what. I mean, Raleigh, North Carolina. Which one of your parents has a Confederate flag on a keychain?
Well, they are from Tennessee, but neither.
Shots. Make sure, engineer, brother Chris, make sure we get the AR-15 shots on that one.
Wait, no rifle?
Oh wait,
musket.
Rebel
Single
yell.
shot.
Do you have a musket?
Rebel yell. Can we get a yeah? Okay, I mean that's dope. That's dope. Not. Can I
He
tell you
answered
something?
the question.
Not. Well, hold on for that. I just want to just clear the air and say, not everybody from the South had to put a flag up.
No.
Because some people actually came over here and were like, man, listen, I mean, I don't care about these people. I'm just trying to, feed my family. Oh, you want me to whip this guy? Man, can I get another job? Some other job in administration? Is there a different job that I could have? Some people took those other jobs. There were other jobs in administration. You could have been accountant.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, come on. I mean, listen.
Well, they needed a dentist on site.
The system of slavery, man, basically started all our corporations. Middle management, that comes from slavery. All right? The plantation owner needed somebody to do the day-to-day managing. Okay? Shift management. Okay? Everything that you know about McDonald's comes from slavery, bro. Okay?
Listen, Dallas
including
_Penn.
Egg McMuffins.
At Dallas _Penn.
Okay, I'm sorry, Pratt. I'm sorry. I go off.
Talkitecture
listen.
might not make it to 2019, man.
Listen, say North Carolina, slavery is bound to come up.
So, I mean, holidays kind of become a mishmash of just collecting who's around.
I mean, I think they're a good time for all of us to kind of like just take that 2 or 3 days to stop,
Yep.
So I think that we get that, and whether we all get to do it together or we do it separately, or some of us do it and others do it other places, but I in any sense we get a chance to kind of take them for what they are, spend some time with.
Is that your technique? Then the holiday this time becomes like a reset.
Yeah, absolutely.
A recalibration?
Yeah, and I'm a Capricorn, so my birthday's not far from the Christmas time. So
What's your
That's
date? What's your
January?
date?
January 11th.
Okay.
So
Close to the king. Close to the king day.
Yeah.
You
Well,
had a dream, Pratt.
and here I am.
Yeah.
Facts. So
This show definitely might not last. Nah.
well, no. To his point, I mean,
No.
he had the dream that we would one day be sitting here doing this, but I'm putting his words in his mouth now.
Hey.
So no, it's definitely a reset, and I appreciate that time to kind of like, take inventory, just reset, look at the year that I had, think about things that I want to accomplish going forward, and get those album of the year lists together, and
Oh, Listology. I'm gonna put you on mute then. Next couple of weeks.
No, let's do it. Like, I look forward to that.
some lists.
I just
Well,
don't
I'll
want to
tell you
see.
what-
I don't want to see the fuckboy roundtables though.
No,
I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah,
not
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
with it. I
we're
can already
over
see what's
that.
about to happen or happen.
Listen, hold on for a second.
I'm good, man.
We've social media has given us the tradition of fuckboy roundtables at the end of the year. You're gonna get more of that. Matter of fact, you're gonna get fuckboy roundtables on weblogs, web vlogs, podcasts, videos,
I'm done.
on the street, on the subway.
Unless you're gonna tell me you're giving me
Fuckboy shit is
people who are documenting the culture from an unbiased perspective, which is not many of those
Well,
writers out
well,
well,
they
and I'm
gave
not paying attention
Time
to it.
Magazine. Invasion of Privacy, #1 album, Cardi B. So already starting it off.
It was a good
I mean,
album.
Cardi B
that was a
album
good
was
album.
dope.
That was a
Yeah,
good album.
Cardi B-
Hey, listen,
hold
I
on
was
a second. Before we get into the music,
okay. All right.
Before we get into the music, before we get into the music,
Bro, like, how you-
Daddy's home.
before we get into the music, Pratt, what was one of your favorite Christmas gifts ever?
Oh man, you know what? I got it last year. Because we have kind of there's 5 kids in the family, in the blended family that we have, and my brother-in-law, man, it was like, you get gifts, especially as you get older. It's kind of like they're not as personal to you anymore. They could kind of be, I know you like music, so here's a gift card. You know what I mean? No less appreciated, but it's just man. So my brother-in-law last year, he got 4 records for me. I don't have a vinyl player, but he got me 4 records because I intend on having one day. And it's Midnight Marauders, it's Black Star, it's AT-Aliens, and there's one more, but it was like you know, the
That's pretty
essentials.
dope.
The
That's
essentials.
pretty
And I
dope.
was like, this dude knows, you
That's
know what I
pretty
mean?
dope.
Like, you
That's
could have
pretty
gotten me, you could have tried to, like, branch me out from the hip hop. You know, you
Yeah.
could have got me, like, a classical album.
Or he could have got
something.
you the shit that was popping for him. He could have got
Yeah,
you
right.
Vanilla Ice or what was my man name who likes big butts and he doesn't lie?
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, right?
Yeah,
He could
yeah.
have got you the things that were popping for him.
Or
but
he could have got me, like, Bill Cosby himself on vinyl.
which is actually
Brilliant.
yeah.
Evidence.
I mean,
Good gift.
But no, so that was dope, and that's I bring that up only because it was to recent memory. So shout outs to him. But no, I really did appreciate that only because it was like, yo, Tribe, Outkast. Like I would have bought these to start my collection. So
yeah.
thank you. So that was a good
Yeah,
good
that's
gift.
dope.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
dope.
I
That was
appreciated
dope.
that.
That was dope.
No disrespect to all the socks and everything else that I've gotten.
Dope gift. Brother Briss, our engineer, we'd be remiss if we didn't find a cool creep Brother Briss over there from the Bronx.
Oh, what's up?
Briss, man, we've had a great year, interesting year. You know, do you use this time, this holiday season, to recalibrate, or what goes on with you for the holidays? Like Bronx is just different. I want to know what's happening.
I don't know if it got anything to do with the Bronx, but I don't do shit for the holidays because I don't really care. I don't really, nah, but for real, I don't really fuck with the holidays like that. To be honest, it don't mean much to me.
It don't mean much to you.
Like now, I do it for my nieces.
Okay.
It means a lot to them, so I'll pop in on them. And
So
Do you talk Santa Claus to them?
I don't. I definitely told them that I clap Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you keep it 1,000 for them. Good. That's good for them. That's good for them.
so wait a minute. You don't participate in the holidays?
Hell to the
So
no,
this
no.
past Misgiving, did you eat turkey and collard greens and all that shit?
I mean, it was a Thursday, so you know.
I mean, is that participating in the holidays, eating food?
Hey, that's my whole point. Like that's part of it.
I mean,
I don't think so. I think that's
so
eating
you
food.
gonna just come to a positive
Thanksgiving's the
space
food.
and say and be the Grinch
Nah.
and eat that shit?
No, you come to the positive and say, hey, it's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all smiling faces. Oh, y'all got
What
y'all
y'all cook?
food.
Wish y'all had
Right.
made this every month.
Yeah.
Wish y'all would do this every week.
Y'all made food. I mean, do you come with Tupperware, Briss? You come with a little.
Well,
A Tupperware bris? That
My
sounds
sister,
hello.
She has plenty of Tupperware.
Okay.
She never lets me leave the crib.
Great. So you you leaving with several plates. You know you leaving with a good leftover stash to reheat, to handle your biz.
So
Then really low key, Briss
don't like
does.
buying gifts.
Low key, Briss does.
Let me ask you this.
Celebrate a holiday.
Let me ask you this, Briss. Would you be more into the holidays if you could like spoil folks? Like if you could like really give gifts, would you be more into it?
Nah, because I do that shit like every other day.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Like if I really had the funds, like me and this nigga would be at China Chalet every day.
You gotta relax. First of all, you gotta relax and
Oh, telling on you.
hype beast.
Because I find that like I don't want to, it's like comes up. It's like, all right, guys, you want to do Secret Santa this year? And I'm like,
Yeah.
But it's only because it's like I'd love to be able to do it for everybody. But
Yep.
I find that I'd probably be more excited about holidays if I could participate more. Contribute more.
Contribute more. Okay. So I mean, why are holidays wrapped up in gift giving? I mean, really, do we really study that? How
It's
much
the stories.
commerce
it's
is
the stories, bro.
how much commerce is wrapped up in?
No, they come out with these reports every year, and people just look at it as for information, and no one does anything with it. It's like, oh shit, we spent gazillion $billion a year on fucking holidays.
But it's
all right. We'll do it again next year and the next year and the next year. Now they're saying that travel has gone up 40% because the economy is better. So when they say the economy is better, people are more likely to spend, regardless of whether it's travel, gifts, more elaborate purchases.
I think when the economy's down or when it's up, people are gonna spend. I mean, me personally,
Yeah, exactly. Even in a recession, right?
as a working poor person, my job is to spend here. As soon as I stop spending, FBI searches my bank card and they fucking kill me.
Well, according to your Instagram, it's a lot of spending, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see me selling. Oh, you see me selling. My problem is there's not enough buying going on right now. I want to spend more. I need people to buy.
So you got to donate now.
So no. I need y'all. If y'all follow me on IG, I'm selling all my Timbs.
facts.
Yo,
All right.
you got an elaborate collection of everything, bro. And mint. like fire polo
tags on it. Yes.
Yeah.
Buy my shit.
And it's shipped to
Seriously, buy my shit.
I think people just think you stunt, even though you be selling the shit.
I don't know. I hope they don't think I'm stunned. I hope they want to buy my shit. I need y'all to buy this shit.
Get them boots.
Why do they keep running with the Christmas stuff, like the gifts and everything? If we break that Santa illusion for the kids young, if the gift thing is
Three Kings, the whole.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know the Christianity part.
Well, hold on a second. The
subjective.
Three Kings is the most sexiest shit that people don't really even understand from a consumer standpoint. Three Kings Day, when it hits, first week in January, yo, mad shit got returned to Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
Mad shit is on clearance. Like, yo, Three Kings Day, that's why they was three wise men. They pulled up on Jesus when the clearance sale had hit. So they talk about all the shit that they gave Jesus. They got all that shit half off.
I thought that Mary.
If they'd have pulled up on Jesus the day of, they'd have been paying full price.
Tax.
They waited till Three Kings Day. They come later. They come 2 weeks later. Like, oh, boom, Jesus, here you go. Like,
What
wow.
if you bought it on Black Friday early?
I mean,
What if you bought
listen,
your purchases.
Black Friday, bro. Only thing I'm trying to buy on Black Friday, slaves. The classic shit. That's the classic shit you bought on
Classic
Black
shit.
Friday. For hundreds of years in America, Black Friday, slaves half off. All right, you want to get your plantation popping. All right, you want to get this corn crop really cracking. You want to get this cotton really cotton.
Get a baker's dozen.
Okay,
That's that.
Black Friday.
That's the origin story.
Black Friday, man. Get these slaves half off. Matter of fact, we're going to give you a slave and a slave baby. All right? We just going to give you somebody's baby, somebody's
A pregnant
slave that had a baby.
A pregnant slave.
No, not a pregnant slave. They gave the birth to the baby.
Okay.
And it's a healthy baby. Look like a buck. We're going to give you a young buck with your order of slaves. Think about it. Black Friday, kid. That's what I need. I need slaves.
I don't fuck with Black Friday like that.
Nah, slaves, bro. You need
Because of that
slaves.
reality.
I feel like we need slaves here in Talkitecture just to get our administration shit together.
Well, on that note,
You know?
there might not be a podcast December 31st.
Okay. Well, one of the other ideas I wanted to kind of thoroughly flesh out.
Yeah.
And, Combat and I talked about this many times, and I've even mentioned this on Talkitecture. But the story of Santa Claus and Black Pete. Y'all heard me mention that previously. And Santa Claus is just a wonderful myth that we've carried from the old world here to America. And, he's this, cheerful, jolly, obese guy who gives gifts. He's very generous and benevolent. All right? But if you are fucking up, Santa Claus can be a SOB. Santa Claus will have his assistant, this little black ghoul, Black Pete, kidnap you and whisk you away to his diamond mines or his gold mine, whatever mines he's operating. The Dutch had crazy mines popping in Africa. So wherever Santa Claus has this mine popping, that's where Black Pete takes the kid to. And the kid has to work in the mines. So, here is on one side this character who is super generous and like, man, I can't wait to see Santa Claus. Because he's been watching me all year round. He's even been watching me when I'm sleeping. He's watching me when I'm in the shower. He's watching me when I'm having a poopy. He's watching me all the time. Santa Claus is watching me wipe my ass. Santa Claus, you Pete freak. All right, but anyway, listen, I'm not here to judge Santa Claus and whatever his kink is. Black Pete is a motherfucker I'm trying to avoid. Because if Black Pete comes through, shit is fucked up. Everything is fucked up now. He's coming through with this gunny sack. He's gonna fucking shove me in this shit, take me to Lord knows where. All right? I'm gonna work till I probably die. My parents will never see me again. That separation to put in a child's mind is an incredible package of fear. I mean, this is put into little children's minds. And no one really ever overcomes that fear. So we have this tradition in Holland where people like to put on blackface and imitate Black Pete. But it's really people still working out their fear of this character, this fear of this other who's going to take them somewhere unknown to them and put them through slavery, torturous slavery. Shit is horrific. Man, listen. Can you imagine, getting kidnapped, and brought somewhere you've never been before?
They do that shit in the United States now.
Can you imagine
Black Pete, White Pete?
Can you imagine what
Orange Pete?
What that is, though? What that is psychologically?
Of course.
Okay. We can only imagine.
The story's never broken. It's just retold and told and told till it becomes a.
We can only imagine. We can only imagine. So Santa Claus.
In Holland, you say.
Well, in Holland they call him Santa Claus. We refashioned the name here in America to be Santa Claus. But again, the genesis, the origin story of this fellow, this supposedly generous fellow, is that he keeps somebody by his side that if they catch you slipping.
The shooter.
Worse than the shooter. Worse than the torturer. All right? Them dudes that kidnapped that guy Khashoggi, beat him down, put him on a table and then cut him up.
Crazy.
Dismembered him. Like, that's what Black Pete does. That's the fear of Black Pete. So, okay, listen. This is a Christmas podcast, right? Are y'all feeling fucked up right now?
Ain't nobody opening no gifts now after hearing this shit.
No. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't turn all the way down. Don't turn all the way down, right? It's Christmas time. Y'all gonna be home with the family. What kind of music can somebody rock with their family, album front to back? I'm saying Oxnard.
You fucking with the Oxnard?
New shit?
Yeah.
New
You like
shit.
that?
Yeah.
You might be one of the only ones.
No way. Everyone's fucking with that shit.
It's getting some mid reviews.
Well, the problem with that
Oh, it's
is
getting
that I feel that the people who are reviewing Oxnard never heard Malibu. And they don't see they want it to be Malibu.
Oh,
you
I'm
can't
sorry.
have that all the time. Like, he's showing you growth as an artist, as a musician. He's experimenting a lot too. You know what I mean? I think it's just it's an album that has the potential to grow on you. Mm-hmm. I definitely understand why people wouldn't get it at the first few listens.
Yes.
But in comparison to everything that's out there, how many albums can we say that we listen to front to back consistently anyway?
Right.
So why
is it all of a
the
sudden
overhype analysis about
sequencing and
actual
not put together
dope artists?
Yeah. Well, and how many albums?
How many albums came out in the last 30 days?
130.
Right. How many do you listen to with replay value?
3.
All right, so
What are you listening to? I mean, I'm only fucking with Oxnard.
I'm trying to think.
City
It's
Girls.
Oxnard.
I fucked with City Girls.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's
And
stuff that's
I
come out in
argue
the
with
past
my
week.
homies. They're like, "Hey, listen to that shit." It's not that I had an interest, but I'm one of those people that, if I'm out and about, I'm at the gym or whatever. That's why I find my time to listen to new music, because that's my kill time in terms of, all right, I'm gonna listen to this project, this 30, 40-minute project.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, this is no shots. Usher's like legend.
Bro.
He's one of the best to ever do it.
My gosh, has he ever?
He put out the album with the homie Zaytoven.
Has he ever?
It was cool, but I'm not playing. I didn't have the.
I did like some records on there, but I
Yeah, but
played
it
them.
wasn't right. He had a couple records. There was one I can't remember the name of it, but that was the standout. But I'm not going back to it.
Right. Yeah, I forgot
It came
about
and
it.
went. It's like, all right, that's a lot of the music that's out is disposable.
Mm-hmm.
So when they ultra critique dope artists, I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of shit that goes and it goes unchecked, and they was like, all right, critique that shit.
I went back to Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah. I've been rocking with KOD with J. Cole's album the past
Fire.
week, probably because
Yeah.
he's been with the features. So I've been running through those, and I've been listening to his album again more. The Oxnard shit, I think I see a lot of people. My thing is always people who listen to a new album from an artist expecting to hear the old album, and when they don't, they're like, "Golly."
Anderson .Paak is a musician.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're gonna get.
I was
Music.
pleased. I was pleased to hear a 2018 album mixed by Dr. Dre.
Right.
That shit sounds great. If it's a little subdued, if it's a little more groove heavy than
And it's
soul
on the
heavy.
anniversary year of the Chronic 2001.
So Malibu was heavy on like I heard.
Funk.
I don't know. The colors were different.
Funk grooves.
I mean, funk
and
grooves is
gospel-y, I think. Gospel more on Malibu. Like there was just a little bit more. Maybe it was a little more
I think he experimented
raw.
a little bit more.
And this is more groove driven. It's perfect. And I think I saw some people say it just wasn't as personal. They didn't get anything like about his story or about
It's
him.
his second album, first released on Aftermath. Mm-hmm. This kid is gonna be a lifetime artist.
And I can't wait until 5 months from now and people are like, "Hey, that Oxnard." I was running through because like I went back and listened to Q-Tips before I saw your tweet.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me hear what he was saying. I was like, damn, it's kind of dark on here actually.
Yeah.
You know, so that was cool too. But no, there's a couple on there like Mansa Musa shit's hard. The Sweet Petty. Smile Petty record. He's got a group of musicians that he works with called the Free Nationals, and they got an album coming. They got a song out called Beauty in Essex right now.
Yep.
Oh, really? Okay.
But they do the joint. I think it's called Smile Petty, and that shit's great. They had a joint on the Malibu album called Lightweight, and that's my record.
Shout out to my
from that
homegirl
one.
Coco Sarai, who's on that album too.
Okay.
Oh man,
From East New York, Brooklyn.
Does she write?
Now she's in L.A.
Does she write for Nicki and Cardi?
No.
Okay.
She's a soul R&B artist, but it's funny
listening
because
to her?
on the project she's rapping, and I'm like, damn, they don't even know how. This girl has one of the most powerful voices.
She's got chops. She's got chops.
Dodger.
When you hear her sing,
Is it Dodger?
Yes.
with the one with Dr. Dre on it.
Last Artful Dodger.
I don't remember the title. But
No.
Number
The
8
one with
is
Dr. Dre
track
is,
number 8.
Okay.
Whatever the name is.
I think there's also Sweet Chick. I think she's also on Sweet Chick.
Sweet
too.
Chick at the end
BJ
with
the
BJ Chicago Kid.
yeah.
But there's a gentleman that we all know who's been in this room before and may return. And I realized that there was a connection between an artist on there named The Last Artful Dodger. So I checked out some of their stuff. They got some great records too. Yeah. So Oxnard, there's a lot to unpack there. The initial reviews though that I've read, aside from Dallas's, have been this ain't it. Basically,
Fuck they reviews.
but I've also learned.
Pitchfork?
I've also learned that people don't listen to
Complex?
music. People don't listen to
No
music.
shots, but
you
shots.
put on your music. You're scrolling your TL.
Who has time
And-
to listen to music?
But
And you're
another
hardly-
thing- hold on, Pratt. Hold on. I know you're a journalist. I know you care.
Oh, a lot.
But the thing is,
Too much.
we can't as consumers of music get caught up in what other ears think about music.
No,
Because when we
No,
start
no.
doing that, it's almost like back in the day in the magazines, and all right, I'm guilty of it. You go to a double XL, you want to see how many XXLs people, or if they got an XXL rapper,
Sure, yeah.
or if they got
It means something.
5 mics in the store, and a lot of times, if you got 3 mics, you wasn't gonna buy that album. You're
Right.
like, oh, that shit. But we can't
used
do
to be
that.
fights
I
over
think
those.
because of streaming, because of music accessibility. There's nothing to just hit it's nothing to go to this joint. You hit play, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get this one run, and after that, if it's not good, it won't get run again.
There
Simple.
is still trusted voices that I look for, just to see what's going on with them.
No, I
Right.
understand, but I'm saying as a wide ranging, we can't allow these outlets. To,
Well, and it's not even
dictate.
outlets. It's people like us, but we're all on Twitter. So my first thought, I might hear the song for the first time and go, "What the hell is this?" Or not even be in the right
Everybody
space
got an
to
agenda
catch
too,
that
man.
song. Like this album, that's the other argument too, is that this album I think was supposed to come out like end of August, and so a lot of the you always
Sample
wonder how
clearances
some
could've delayed it. Who knows?
But you always wonder how some albums would sound if they were released in a different period of time, or how they'd be
season.
received.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
like
yes,
if this
I
was
agree.
because this is definitely a cookout album,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and not necessarily I'm snowed in Bushwick. You know, like
Well, I mean,
Well,
see,
it
that's,
depends- well,
that's,
hold on,
that's,
but
depends on what you make
that's
it,
what
but-
you're saying that because you're in New York.
Yeah.
But if you're out in the West Coast,
oh right,
or
yeah,
the
yeah,
South,
yeah, true.
It's
or
in line.
Even,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're snowed in Bushwick, to tell you the truth, this is definitely a house party album.
That's facts.
Wait,
Like-
if you
like-
snow, wait, well, what part of Bushwick though? Because that depends. Are you closer to? Is it East Williamsburg, Bushwick? Because then they not listening to Oxnard. They listening to like.
It's wherever these black kids in
Sex
Bushwick
Pistols.
are now wearing camel hair coats and Doc Martens and rolling their jeans up.
and
What kind
dancing
of weed
under the
they smoking?
Dumbo.
They smoking vapes or they rolling?
They vaping. They probably even smoking some of that plastic shit. Some of that weirdo shit.
K2.
You know, whatever that weirdo shit is. I won't say K2. They're not smoking that.
How come K2 never made it to the Bronx though?
Who said it did it?
The Bronx.
Every time you hear news stories of Bushwick, Myrtle,
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You watching
Right.
the goddamn news.
Yeah, nah.
but real shit. On the 6th train. No, it was on the 4th train, actually. I seen somebody definitely had some K2, and the nigga started fighting with himself. And then he, like, he was
did you
going
get off
down
the car or you just stayed and
I
watched?
stood there because I would have slapped the shit out that little dusty nigga. But he was walking down the line and, like, looking at people flinching and shit. I'm like, please.
I stay away, man. I don't want to. I don't like seeing that type of shit.
What's gonna happen too? I feel like on these year-end lists is we're gonna cross over. We're gonna have mainstream crossover with underground, and to me, it's like there has to be there's got to be a separation.
Yeah, we need tiers because I don't want Rock Marcy. Rock Marcy had a hell of a year,
Absolutely, he's
And-
the MVP of the year.
and I could even maybe put his albums up there on my album of the year list with mainstream
Absolutely.
albums, just because they're
Yeah.
But when I'm gonna, and I won't be reading them, but when I see that these year-end lists are released, I know that it's just all gonna be in one. Like putting Cardi's album,
They're safe picks.
it's like, but it's all gonna be put into one category, and I feel like that's how stuff gets missed. Like a Bishop
Yes.
Nehru. Bishop Nehru put out a great album produced by K Tradana and MF Doom.
I haven't
That's
heard
a
it, but
that's
I'm
a
aware.
great, like, that's just a cool, great, and he gave us, it was like basically 2 albums in one, very solid project. But you got 2 Kanye albums
here
coming
we
out this
are.
year, and you got a Drake beef. It's impossible to break through the.
You got
And our
2
beloved-
Kanye albums. You got all kinds of Kanye
And not
production.
not one Jay
Sticker.
Electronica record.
Yeah, well, we got the Shiny Suit Theory official. Thank
No,
goodness.
that-
Finally, I
that
can listen
don't
to
count.
it through my title
That don't count.
app. It sounds so good, don't you agree?
Who's the artist you checking for 2019?
I'm definitely gonna look for. Oh, you know who else put out something kind of cool? Leaky Lee, 47.
Oh, she's fire.
Yeah, she's got some cool shit.
Brooklyn.
But I'm looking at. I'm listening to a lot of women. I've been listening to a lot of women lately. But Tierra Whack.
Yeah.
I want to see what she just did the funk freestyle, the flex freestyle. They just put out a freestyle for her. She went up to flex. I'm looking to see what she's gonna do. I'm excited about her.
Yeah.
I know that I've got somebody that's like more. Off the top of my head, I'm having trouble thinking of somebody. But it's always gonna be nice to see if Jay Electronica puts out an album.
Yeah.
We'll always look forward to him.
I'm not looking for nobody. I mean, I know my man Mayhem's got something dropping with Derringer, which I haven't even heard yet. But he said that's gonna happen early next year. But I'm really not. I just want everything to happen as it happens.
Facts.
I mean, I'm never gonna complain that there is no good music because every year there's tremendous music. There's tremendous strides being made, in everything.
This has been a crazy year for music, though.
Every year has been a crazy. I mean, what year hasn't been a crazy year for music?
But we're talking. I mean, we just named. I don't think we'll get it, but we're supposed to get 3 Kanye albums.
Who cares?
We got two Eminem albums within the past 12 months. We've gotten.
But even if they came out, no one cares anymore.
But
bro.
we'll get 2 J. Cole albums by the end of the year.
I gotta say something.
We got a lot of 2. We might get a second Pusha T album by the end of the
That
year.
Eminem album was better than a lot of people gave it credit for, but Chris D'Elia ruined it for me.
Chris D'Elia ruined it for Eminem.
Chris D'Elia ruined it for me.
Yeah, no, true.
The Ford Taurus.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're so.
He
it's-
ruined it for me
yeah.
because you know what? He made a parody of probably one of the most technical, just efficient. Like the way this guy processes his music and writes his raps. He creates this shit in a ill, like him and Rock Marcy to me are one of the illest.
Yeah.
They create these
nobody else is
verses
supposed to be able to do
in
it.
3D. They don't write on a pad and pen. They're making
Chris D'Elia
blocks.
is special. He's a special human being. I think anybody else that tried to imitate, it wouldn't have had the same, reaction.
Well,
he's just different.
But you know what? I mean, God bless Eminem anyhow, because he can just go do a stadium tour.
Yeah, easily.
Have people put their lighters up, for an hour.
Well, let me give you the names you should look out for in my playbook for next year. Mm-hmm. And this is all new artists too. Like we know who's projected to come out that's already mainstream.
Yeah.
YBN Corday.
Mm-hmm.
Connie Diamonds. She's from the Bronx. Sha Summers from VA.
What up, Sha?
There's somebody else that I just had in my mind. Coco Sarai, who I mentioned previously. And I know I'm forgetting one more person, but yeah, those are some of the names. That's on my trajectory.
Okay.
For 2019.
Okay, that's in your periphery. Well, that's
periphery.
in your.
Right, I said the wrong. I'm sorry, I had a little sake.
Yeah, that's in your focus. That's in
saying
your
the wrong thing.
See, now you got me fucking up my words. A King word of the day,
Yeah.
trajectory. So listen.
Yes.
I'm hoping that we kind of turn the corner for this Christmas episode. I really, honestly, I can't say thank you enough to everyone that listens to Talkitecture, this podcast. Y'all are incredible. All right, y'all really put up with a lot of bullshit that happens from my mouth. I appreciate that, and we're gonna fix that. All right, we're not gonna be so stupid, after these holidays. We're gonna be serious, man, because this is really just it's a valuable space that we're sitting in. All right, and I'm really just keeping the seat warm. I'm keeping the seat warm for when Tax comes home. I'm keeping the seat warm for some more young talent to come in here and really be important voices for our culture, for our community. And I'm keeping the seat warm for when
Tax.
for when Joe Budden comes here.
He's not coming.
Still
Joe
thinking
Budden,
about
Joe Budden, you got to come here, Joe.
He came on the show. He did pause a few times.
You got to come back.
We gotta check it. We don't hear from Joe anymore. We gotta
you gotta come back.
hear how he's been up. What he's been up to.
Don't go Hollywood, Joe. Come and sit down.
It's too late.
Come and sit down with your fathers.
He wears Fly Rich Double, another name.
Fly Rich Double. Oh.
Yeah, there's a black dudes who got the they got the cowboy record.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever heard it. My tractor.
Is that what you put in the group DM? Told him to bump that in the crib.
I might have.
Yeah.
I might have. But yeah.
Well, speaking of, while we're talking about music and end of the year, here we are in 2018, and I read a headline that there are 2 country artists,
Yes.
black country artists with the #1 record in the country right now. I don't know how 2 number
I need
one
to hear
records,
them
but
because one of them looked like a
white guy.
reggaeton artist.
Oh,
And the other one,
look like
just
Billy,
don't look
look like
like-
Billy Blanks.
they do country music?
Well,
So I need to hear it.
now the interesting thing
do
is
they have like that country?
Or like
the
Darius
Fly Rich
Rucker.
Double, he's doing more of a parody of, Southern.
like Bubba Sparks.
Right. No, but it's more him imitating it. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily doing it as an art. Like these guys got legitimate country records that I'm hearing about. So I need to hear them shits. 'Cause,
Well, it's good to see that, like, hold on. It's interesting because country music started with black people. And it's just the fact that it's like, for the first time, the headline should read for the first time in however many years. But maybe there weren't charts back then. Maybe nobody was keeping score back when
Probably not.
black people were making country music. It didn't start to matter or count for anything until...
Well, they weren't using actual instruments. I mean, they were just using sticks that they had put strings on.
Washboard.
Yeah, right. That's not music. That ain't music. Just harmonizing.
yes, sir.
All right, internets. Listen, Merry Christmas. I know people are not supposed to say that to you any longer. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas,
Yep.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
If you got another religion,
what has to stop?
Uh-oh.
Okay. To my Latinos and Latinas, salute. If you're not Puerto Rican, you should not try to participate in the making of coquito. I've seen way too many people that's not understanding the culture of making
Cubans can't make coquito?
I don't think they should. I think you have to stick. Damn, I don't.
I feel like a Cuban should have license to.
Can every culture make curry food? Nope.
But Indians can make curry. Indians can make curry.
Well, Indians, okay.
Indians can make curry.
Right.
Trinidadians.
And Guyanese
Guyanese.
Don't say coolie, because that's like saying nigga. But we say nigga, so fuck it. Anyway, Guyanese, Trinidadians,
I'm talking about the curry you can trust.
Jamaicans can't make.
You can trust curry cool.
Jamaicans can't make curry. They're not.
Jamaicans can't make curry.
They make it, but it's not. If I'm gonna eat curry, I'm gonna eat it from a Trinidadian, an Indian.
Whose
or
oxtail
Guyanese.
gravy do you trust? Jamaican.
I don't eat oxtails, but if I had to, I would. Yeah, it would have to be Jamaican, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't eat oxtail, bro?
No, I don't eat oxtails.
You're not winning, bro.
No.
You're not winning right now.
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
But please.
Okay.
Stop with because non-Latino, Latina, they don't put condensed milk in it. They put regular milk.
Oh, really?
They miss an ingredient. They don't put essence.
Whole milk.
They just doing
don't
it
put
on
the
some.
cinnamon
you
in it?
can't
They don't
YouTube that. You can't YouTube and just makeshift ingredient. You can't do that.
No soul in it.
And then you have to have the energy, the power in your hands from the love of the passion of making coquito for it because you're gonna just drink eggnog with liquor in it.
Stop the coquito appropriation.
Yo, it's ridiculous.
It's coquito. That's called coquito appropriation.
White people. No more mac and cheese with Brussels sprouts and carrots in it.
Oh, hell no. No mac and cheese with raisins in it.
Like, no walnut gratings. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
Yeah, white people have to be
That's
stopped.
not cool to see. There's YouTube videos on this shit, like, to do. And we don't need to know how to make that. It's not permissible.
So, I mean, we were having this debate the other day on Twitter.
Yeah.
And can you trust pizza that's not made by Italians? Can you just pizza that's made by Chinese people?
No. And I wouldn't trust a black-owned pizza spot.
So you wouldn't ate at Bruce Leroy's spot from Last Dragon?
He's biracial, right? Was he mixed?
Nah, man. His dad was black. His dad and his mom was black.
As the Chinese store in Brooklyn, one of the first that I've ever seen, where it's Blasians running the spot, but it's the weird shit because they're like light skinned, but you can tell, It's like, oh shit, that's the closest to I wouldn't trust a black Chinese spot, pure black. Nah, fuck out of here. It's like would you trust an Italian soul food spot? They try to get away with that though on the vegan shit. You see white people trying to appropriate soul food by making with the vegan context. They try to cheat that way. I can't do it.
Speaking of Italian soul food, did you guys see that Bobby De Niro and his wife split up after 20 years?
Yeah, sure enough.
It's crazy.
Sure enough. Okay. No. We try to end the Christmas episode on a high note.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, Bobby De Niro's single, so I mean.
You interested?
No, I'm just saying,
okay.
if you live in the Tribeca area,
try it out.
See, he's probably gonna be out a lot more than he was.
Yep. You'll catch him at the Odeon right there.
No pizza from non-Italians.
All right. Well, then there it is.
Like pizza in Atlanta, bro.
What they got? Domino's.
I've never eaten.
Well, they got
pizza.
the chain shit, but then they have.
I've never eaten pizza outside New York, to be honest with you.
Like Arab shit.
I've never
be
eaten
selling
California pizza.
bro.
I've never eaten.
You seen that?
I've never eaten Chicago pizza.
Have you ever seen an Arab make it?
An Arab make pizza?
They
no.
do.
I mean, they make pizza in Crown Fry. Yeah, Crown Fry.
You just watch wait a minute.
Bro,
what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, you ain't.
Scrambling eggs.
That's the most struggle slice. That's more struggle than a dollar slice.
First of
It's an
all,
Arab
there's no
slice.
food in those spots that's good. You just go there for water and beverage or whatever.
Nah, you go there for 4 wings, bruh. 4 wings and a dinner roll. That's what you go there for. 4 wings for $3 and a dinner roll, bruh.
You don't eat that shit.
Oh, I eat that trash. Nigga, look at me. I'm halfway to death from that trash.
Nah, you gonna be here, man. All you gotta do eat your basil
Yeah.
twice a week and you good, man.
Yeah, eat that basil. But I'll fall on the crown fried. I'll get one of them deep fried apple pies.
Good God.
Bro.
Oh, shit. Them shits is good.
How do they fry apple pie for real?
They take one of these processed, like, man, they get this shit from fucking Monsanto or some chemical plant. All right? It's like the old, see, you got to be super old
it's
to
GMO.
recognize
It's
it.
super GMO.
It's got to be super GMO. Years ago as a child, McDonald's had apple pies like this. In this man, like McDonald's changed their whole apple pie up. McDonald's back in the day used to have apple and cherry pie. And they was in this like kind of deep fried casing. And even the box they put them in. These niggas have the paper box reminiscent of this old McDonald's pie box at these crown fried spots. But you get that deep fried apple pie, boom. They give it to you as hot. You got to let it cool off for like 5 minutes, walk to wherever you're going. Then you eat that shit. That shit is motherfucking heaven. And then you feel like a trash bag right afterwards. Then you say to yourself, yo, you know what? I'm fucking trash.
You gotta drink a whole gallon of water, distilled water and shit.
You got to drink alkalinized water. Whatever you drink, it don't even matter. That water, that water's like, yo, bruh, this ain't gonna help you, bruh. You are trash.
Damn.
Your whole shit is trash right now. Your whole gutula setup is trash. All right, your whole fucking digestive system right now,
Done.
trash. Your whole colonoscopalian.
Done. Flatulence on 500.
That's like the religion. Colonoscopalian is the religion of praising the colon. Like Episcopalian, but colonoscopalian.
Well, colonoscopy, but you would
Praise the booty.
The religion would be through colonoscopies. You'd have to
Well, colonoscopy would be an
routinely
act, would be an act within the religion. Like you had, like,
Be like
you take
penance.
the sacraments.
like communion.
Yes, it's a big communion. So you basically open your booty up, and everyone could come in and look inside.
At your booty.
Look inside your booty. See what's going on in there. All right,
Party.
colonoscopalian. A very, very not known religion. Okay, very little known about this religion. All right, but here we are bringing information to y'all on Talkitecture. All right, listen. I don't know how y'all made it through this podcast. Internet, y'all are wild. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And we'll see y'all soon on the next podcast. Take care of your family. Hug somebody. Kiss somebody that you're related to and that also has given you consent.
Whoa.
That's giving you consent for these
Man.
things. That's giving you consent for these things, please. Let's keep it proper. Let's keep it legit, all right? I love y'all, all right, in that way that someone could love someone that he does not know and does not generally fuck with and probably does not want to shake their hand because they dirty hand. But
Facts.
still,
Shout
I
out to
love
hand-
y'all. I love y'all.
Hand sanitizer gang.
Yeah, I love y'all like that, though. I love y'all. Whatever that love fits in, that's how I love y'all, all right? Thank y'all. Love. The Talkitecture podcast is a presentation of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to Combat Jack. Episodes are executive produced by A. King and Dallas Penn. All episodes are engineered superbly by Brother Christopher. 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 By Brother Christopher.